Hello guys, welcome back. My name is Nathan and today I'm going to be discussing a multitude of defenseman trades here today involving Alec Martinez, Scandella, Dillon, and more. Now today, trade-wise, has been pretty insane. We've seen trade after trade after trade, pretty much like every single hour throughout this day, all involving defensemen. So, what do I think of these trades today, and which teams do I think win these trades? Watch till the end for all my thoughts and the trade details, and of course, hit that subscribe button if you're new. Now, as I said before, we saw a lot of trades here today, 4 so far, and another one potentially coming involving New Jersey, but that might be discussed in a later video. Anyways, we'll start with the first one and work our way to the later ones. The first one that happened this morning was the Dillon DeMelo deal, where DeMelo was sent to the Winnipeg Jets for a third-round pick. Now, I personally think this is an amazing trade for the Winnipeg Jets. As some of you guys have noticed on this channel, I'm a pretty big fan of Dillon DeMelo, and I personally want him on the Vegas Golden Knights. I thought he'd be a pretty cheap ad, and he is one of the best defensemen in the market, I thought. It seems like they've gone in a different direction, and Winnipeg has gotten him, and only for a third-round pick. Dillon DeMelo doesn't have an amazing track record, but he's having a fantastic season. I think was worth a second-round pick, if not more, and Winnipeg was able to snag him for a third. Now, the next big trade comes in with Brendan Dillon, the Washington Capitals, and the San Jose Sharks. Now, Brendan Dillon was one of the more high-key defensemen in this trade deadline and a guy that could have gone anywhere. But the Washington Capitals end up scooping him up for a relatively low price. Now, this is pretty much what we expected. Initially, it was a second-round pick and a decent prospect that would have been the asking price, but Washington does give up a 2020 second-rounder and a 2020 third-rounder in this deal. And I think it's one that helps both teams here. Washington sometimes defensively can be rough, but Brendan Dillon has had a pretty good season on San Jose, all things considered, with a team that has been terrible around him. And in the end here, I think this is a trade that also benefits both teams. For the Washington Capitals, there has been some times where the defense hasn't been the greatest, but Brendan Dillon is a guy that provides a ton of veteran leadership, some great playoff experience, and overall defensively was one of the better players at this year's trade deadline. The second round pick and the third round pick is a lot to give up, yes, but at the same time, they're in a position where they can't afford to lose that kind of value. For the team like the San Jose Sharks, this was a guy that was going to be traded inevitably. We saw this trade coming, but getting a second rounder and a third round on top of that is not bad either. Now, the trades just keep on coming, and for defensemen, they just keep on coming. To the next one involving the St. Louis Blues and the Montreal Canadiens. This one is easily the most confusing out of the 4 I'll mention here, but it is still worth mentioning 100%. Now, the St. Louis Blues have acquired Marco Scandella. Now, that by itself is a little bit concerning. And then you go to the price St. Louis had to give up for him. For the Montreal Canadiens, in this trade, they get a second round pick in 2020 and a 2021 conditional 4th round pick. The conditional 4th round pick would have been good enough in this trade, but Montreal somehow got a second for Marco freaking Scandella. I don't know what St. Louis is doing, whether it's desperation or just plain being weird, but they signed Justin Falk to that albatross of a contract, and now Marco Scandella is a part of the team? I mean, I'm a Dallas Stars fan, so I kind of love it that they overpaid and got Marco Scandella, but I really don't know how Montreal pulled that off. Now, I should say that Marco Scandella is a pretty fine defenseman when he's on his game, but in Buffalo, he was really rough this year, and I really didn't get to see too much improvement with him with the Habs. And I'm not sure if maybe the St. Louis Blues saw something, or maybe he's going to get like a sheltered role on that team, but to give up a second rounder and a 4th rounder, which could become a third if he resigns or plays half the games in their next 2 rounds in the playoffs, I don't know. I really don't know if that's worth the investment for St. Louis. I think a guy like DeMelo would have been a way better choice, but here we are, the St. Louis Blues paying a ton for him. I think it might work out in the end. I mean, St. Louis is still going to be a fantastic team, whether they traded for him or not, but I guess Marco Scandella is depth for that team, and hopefully nothing more. And now we go on to the fourth, for now, trade that happened today involving the LA Kings, the Vegas Golden Knights, and Alec Martinez. Now, this is a trade that is not finalized as I'm recording this, but Bob McKenzie has put out a ton of different tweets about this, and Bob McKenzie is Bob McKenzie. So whatever he reports is usually true. He says it's not done yet, but the Vegas Golden Knights in LA are working to finalize a deal that would send Alec Martinez to the Golden Knights, and that Martinez is now officially also kind of in precautionary measures out today. Now, LA ended up sending a tweet out saying that he is out for tonight's game for precautionary reasons, which just makes it more and more likely that a deal gets done. Now, usually I wouldn't report on this kind of trade until it is, again, official, but Bob McKenzie also had another tweet about that, explaining what the asking price and what Vegas might have to give up in that trade and what he believes it to be, saying that the Vegas Golden Knights would likely give up 2 second-round picks in exchange for Alec Martinez, and that is pretty solid. Now, for the whole trade here, again, it is not finalized, clarifying that now, but for a team like the Vegas Golden Knights who is in need of defense, I think Alec Martinez is a pretty smart ad. Now, initially, when I saw Vegas going after Alec Martinez, I was really scared there might be a first-round pick in there, but 2 second-round picks isn't terrible. Now, Vegas has a lot of picks in this 2020 draft, especially early, so that's why I'm kind of fine with it. At the same time, though, for a team like Vegas, who obviously wants to win that Stanley Cup, Alec Martinez is a very good one. To get a guy like that in the division is also pretty crazy, too. And for the LA Kings, Martinez, who has won the Stanley Cup, got the game-winning goal. That'll be tough to give up. But at the same time, for the LA Kings, they do end up getting 2 second-round picks. I think that's a pretty great trade for them. Now, again, as I'm saying this, the trade is not official, but it likely will be official tonight. If any of the info ends up being different, if it's not 2 second-round picks, if it's something else, I'll let it be known in the pinned comment. I'll make sure to edit that as well so you guys get the full trade there, and also my thoughts if I can do that. But that is the trades that I'll discuss here today. Also, by the way, for the Joey Keane and Julian Gauthier trade earlier today between the Rangers and the Canes, I like it for both teams. That's all I'm going to say right now. That is it. I will be making more trade videos because there's going to be more trades. At this point, it's looking like there's going to be a ton also tonight or tomorrow. So once that happens, you guys know where to go. But of course, with this video, thanks so much all y'all for watching. Let me know down in the comments down below what you think of all these trades happening today. What you think of them between the Scandella, the Dillon, I'm trying to remember, the Martinez, the DeMelo trades. Let me know which teams you think won these trades and what you think about the trade packages. And of course, share this video with your friends. Get that out there. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that little notification bell if you haven't already. And again, I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Make sure to click this playlist to watch all my Trade Talk videos, and I'll see you on the next video or stream. Goodbye.